So yesterday, the artifact mods were released for the new season. There's a lot of amazing things here, but there is one that will make a lot of weapons insanely better. The artifact mod I'm talking about is Expanding Abyss. It reads Void Sources deal increased damage to weakened targets. Instantly I thought, what weapons can apply weaken, avoid, and are going to get this damage bonus? There were 5 major exotics I could think of. The first one that came to mind was Heart Shadow. If you haven't seen, a lot of the stuff in the artifact is based around swords. We have overload swords, we have a new mod called Blade Stamina. Rapidly defeating combatants with a sword refunds some ammo. And we have Argent Blade, while you have Armor Charge, dealing damage with a sword consumes Armor Charge and empowers your sword for a short time, granting it bonus damage and energy charge rate. So since Heart Shadow can weaken targets when hit by using its heavy attack projectiles, you will then have increased damage on said target as well as all sword bonuses from the artifact. So think about this, you get Armor Charge, you use your projectile to weaken the target and start damaging. You deal increased damage because of your sword being empowered, and you're using a Void Source to damage a weakened target. Not only this, but you also gave yourself quicker energy recharge rate with Argent Blade to get the projectile back to re-proc weaken. If you just loop this for DPS, it will be incredible. So I'm sure you're thinking that's great for one person, but you all don't need to use Heart Shadow, and you're 100% correct. That's when Falling Guillotine comes in. If you don't already know, Falling Guillotine is a Void Sword that was updated as a Brave weapon for the Into the Light update. Go and grind it now while you can inside of Onslaught. The shiny drop rate has also been increased so you could get lucky real fast. The role I would advise is Vorpal Whirlwind Blade. The second exotic I thought of was Buried Bloodline. This sidearm is insane and is already thriving in my opinion. It's only going to get better with the new sandbox in the final shape. All sidearms are getting a 20% buff to red bars. All this gun takes for you to weaken it is to just have Devour. That's it, when you have Devour, your shots weaken. Simple as that. You just need to remember you need the catalyst to do this. For those unaware, Buried Bloodline is a chance-based drop when completing the newest dungeon, Warlord's Ruin. If you don't already have it, go get it now. The third exotic is Collective Obligation. So Collective Obligation isn't going to be crazy DPS against bosses, but what it can do is increase that damage with Weaken. It also helps melt champions if using its debuffs correctly. Don't forget, Weaken isn't the only thing this gun can do. It can also gain volatile rounds and suppress targets. I think this exotic will be a huge help in endgame content like GMs where you want that extra damage to take out champs quickly. Pulse Rifles are also getting a buff, so Collective will be doing 20% extra damage against all PvE combatants. This is a crazy buff, so take advantage of it. Collective Obligation is a chance-based drop from the Vow Disciple raid. You can do Pantheon week 3 or 4 to use the quest, and guarantee you picking it up when you beat all encounters. The 4th and 5th are a bit less important, but they still will get the bonuses. The 4th is Deterministic Chaos. Machine guns are getting a global 7% buff in the final shape, and with the artifact mods, this weapon has potential. Deterministic weakens on every 16th shot, and this was just reworked. The weaken and volatile shots were flipped. If this hadn't have been flipped, you would have been able to consistently weaken every 4th shot. This had insane potential, but due to the rework, you weaken on every 16th shot. I don't think the damage will blow you away, but it is a way of proccing Weaken and taking advantage of Expanding Abyss. Deterministic Chaos is locked behind the quest Unfinished Business. This is awarded to you after completing the Lightfall campaign. While on the subject of machine guns, I wanted to say that Retrofit Escapade is probably the go-to DPS Void machine gun. So this with 4th times and target lock could be incredible. I also wanted to talk about the Hammerhead. I don't think this will be used over Retrofit for DPS, but as a casual weapon for ad clear, the Killing Tally Rampage roll is insanely strong. Stacking the buffs, then firing at a weakened champion would shred it. So both of these machine guns have potential. The final exotic I wanted to discuss is Leviathan's Breath. Now I know this doesn't proc weaken, but it's an insanely strong heavy void weapon, and if you have a weakened nade or a teammate consistently weakening, the DPS this weapon will do is insane. Levies can be earned in the Monument, and its catalyst is dropped by defeating targets with the weapon. Finally, I wanted to mention a Void Grenade Launcher and Linear. The Edge Transit has carried many people through Pantheon when Void Surge has been active, and this with the extra damage will be ridiculous. Head into Onslaught and try and get the Envious bait and switch roll, and you will not be disappointed. As for Doom Petitioner, I just wanted to give a further ranged option. It is a Season of the Wish weapon, so get it while you can. The role you want is Reconstruction Precision Instrument, or you can use Envious Precision Instrument, both are good roles. But that's going to be it for the video. Go get these weapons, try and learn how to use them, get used to them, and deal crazy damage in the final shape. As always, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video or it helped you out, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.